Hello, hello, hello. We're talking about grants, and more grants today. More free money for your business. We're at the end of the year, but there is still a lot of free money out there for you. If you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, nonprofit, that is what we're going to be talking about today so that you can get your applications in, so you can get some of the billions and billions of dollars out here in grant money for your business. And there are more grants coming in 2022. So if you are not ready, we want you to get ready. We have the tools to help you get ready so that you can get a financial lifeline for your business. Come on in. Welcome. This is She Boss Talk. I am Shantae R. Brady. If this is your first time, let us know who you are. Where are you hailing from? What is your business? Let us know if you've received a grant anytime in 2020 or 2021. We love to hear about it. We've helped thousands and thousands of small businesses get access to relief money at the federal level, state level, local levels, and national, international grants and the like. So we're here to help you in your business as well. Okay, so before I get started, we have plenty of grants. That's what this show is dedicated to. If you have questions, please let me know in the comments. Also, we have several resources because I get many calls and messages and questions. So I always want to make sure you know where to find our resources. They are in the description, in the show notes, and we pin them in the comments after the show. We drop them in the comments. If you're viewing from YouTube, it will be pinned to the top of the comments, okay? All the grants can be found on our grant tracker. It's a free tracker on our website. The link will also be there and it's in the heading, Get Your Money Resources. You will see that, and there will be several links there. Also, scrolling across the screen, if you want to know how to get in contact with us, definitely you want to make sure you stay connected. Follow us everywhere that we are. And I want to let you know that we have a holiday special on all of our masterclass bundles right now. So if you're trying to get ready to get some of this grant money, you definitely want to take advantage of the special. Use code HOLIDAY20 and you can get 20% off of our bundles, whether that is our Win Grant with These Masterclass bundle that's going to help you get grants, our MBE certification for all of you business owners out there that's looking to get certified so you can go after more federal grants and more federal contracts. That is there. And for all of you all that create content, that are use video, that want to make more money on YouTube, that want to grow your tribe via YouTube, there is a masterclass for that as well. So this special is running through the end of the year. So you'll know there's a lot of specials, a lot of things going on. It's just not us, but a lot of wonderful opportunities for your business as we bring this year to a close. Just want to remind you as well that we are featuring women in business. We have like between 25 and 30 that we're featuring in our holiday shopping guide. That link is in the description. Do check out all of these amazing women in business. Do share it out with your peers as well, because there are millions of people looking to support and shop with women-owned businesses. And so we have been featuring them throughout the holiday season as well. So I'm going to get right into it, talking about the grants, the new ones, and then reminding you of some of those that are still open, okay? So again, if you come on this broadcast later, do catch the replay. If a grant happens to be closed, do not be concerned yourself about it. There are more grants coming online, and then 90% of the grants that we talk about open again. That means they have multiple rounds, whether it's every month, every quarter, or every year, or once they bring on new funding partners. These types of things happen all of the time. So there are so many grants to go around, no matter what type of business you have, no matter what stage in business that you are, there is a grant for your business. Okay, so I'm going to start with a newer grant. This is AccelHERate Success Small Business Grant. This grant in particular is for women in business. I'm going to share my screen really quickly here. Just again, I like to share my screen so that you get familiar with what it is. So when you're searching and you find the link, you can associate it with the grant. Okay, so I'm going to pull it up here. Give me just a second. I want to make sure I'm pulling up the right one. I think this is it. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so you should see it pulling up on my screen here. This is an AccelHERate Success Small Business Grant for $10,000. This is a giveaway. You see, this is a simple application process, right? So you don't need a grant writer for this, right? You just need to know how you need to stand out. If a grant is requesting a certain information or records or documentation from you, you need to know how to submit these grant applications and what they're looking for, understanding that these are time sensitive and they require action on your behalf because they are oftentimes competitive. So it's a simple application here. You give your basic information, a description of your business. Again, take advantage of every field in the application, even if it's one field that they give you, because sometimes there are just one field, one opportunity to really share something amazing about you and your business that is going to stand out. Then it's asking you how long you've been in business, your business revenues, annual revenues. This is also often asked for grants, especially now with during COVID. They want to know, sometimes it's based on your revenues, or if you have been struggling in your business due to the pandemic or some other related disaster. Or they may have parameters, right? That they're only seeking to help those that are small or micro businesses, so that you have to provide that information. Know that if they're asking you that at some part in the process, most likely they will be asking you for some type of financial statement, including up to tax returns, to verify that that information is true and accurate. Okay, it's asking you also to please share your business website. I say this all the time: 50% of small business owners don't have a website. I found this to be true even before the pandemic. Is even more true. And then they don't have a social media. You need some type of social media page, business page, not your personal page. A page dedicated to your business. So whether that's LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, if you don't have that, I would encourage you to get that started. If you need help, feel free to reach out. You can always email us at hello@shebosstalk.com. But you need some type of website. They want to know that you have an online presence, that you're not some fly-by-night business that's trying to get a grant and you're not really in business, okay? And they also want to know that you're making an impact. It goes far beyond just what you write or submit in your application. They're looking for you, and they're evaluating you and how you're showing up as a business on social media, online. Okay, they associate your business to you and you to your business. And I've said that over the years, and sometimes people don't understand that or don't consider it. But that is one of the things that they really look at when they are assessing these applications. They're also asking for headshots, logos, some type of promotional graphic, because that's what I said again, it's not just the money. Promotion has value. Look at who is the grantor, what is their audience like, what is their platform, what is their reach. For them to have a grant and select you and then promote you on their platform is huge. That's bringing more eyes, more visibility, more exposure to your business, bringing in quality leads for you, for clients or partners, collaborations, and the like. So you need to make sure you have high quality headshots. If you don't have them, I highly recommend you start taking them. Every business owner, every entrepreneur needs a professional headshot, not some random selfie. It needs to be professional. Make sure that you have a smile, a really nice expression on your face that is putting you in your best light. So they're asking for that, as well as also asking you to really describe how the pandemic has affected your business. Okay, so they're giving you guidance in a few words, right? So you don't have to submit a long dissertation. And then any additional information that you would like them to know, you want to make sure you put that there as well. So again, this is a $10,000 grant. This is AccelHERate Success Small Business Grant. and this one is for women. And you can see additional information over here, uh, giving you information on this particular grant. Okay, you can use it for equipment, office space, tools to streamline your business, launching a new product or services. So they're giving you additional information on what you can use the money for. We know all of these grants are business related. And so that means you must use the money on your business. Some are more flexible and some are more rigid as to what you need to spend the money on. So just make sure that you know what they expect you to spend it on and spend it on that. Okay. All right. So that is one grant. Let me move on to the next one. This is the WellWorks funded grant and giveaway. I'm going to pull it up on my screen. Give me just a second here. Again, a lot of grants. There are so many, you guys, that I can't even go through all of them on here. That's why I come on here so often, because they're always coming online. And it is so important that you are that you know as soon as possible, so that you know you can take action. So you should see on my screen, let me make sure it's showing here, funded. And I like, this is so cool. I like how they have the underfunded scratched out, because we know too many businesses, especially in the underserved communities, have been underfunded. So they want to help you get funded. So funded grant and giveaway. This is open until December. It says December 3rd, but it's still open. So you can still apply now. This is for self-identified Black women in business. You have to be legally registered in the U.S., at least 6 months operating, must be 18 years or older, a for-profit business. And they have their information there where you can email them or reach out and connect with them online as well. Now, this is a $2,000 grant that you can get, again, for 2021. Know that even when this closes, that this is 2021. And usually if you see them describing a year, that means that you can expect that there will be another one next year, in which it will say 2022 grant and giveaway. Okay, so know that. And then when we have it on our grant tracker, we update that as well. We tell you to look out for the next year's application or the next round of applications for that particular grant. And this one is for Black women in business, Black founders in business. This is the WellWorks grant that you want to look out for and apply for. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. The next one, I wanted to highlight a state, because I talk about how there are so many grants in your state that many of you all are not aware of. So there are grants at the state level, county level, city level, and this is not just the government, right? There are organizations and associations within each that often have different grant programs or accelerators that provide free money, or maybe free advertising, free commercials, free tech support, all these types of things, free, reimbursements of, different things that maybe that you're using, or maybe helping you give money towards your employees. The programs there is so many opportunities, but they're at your state level. And one of the organizations that you often see grants or granting grants, or maybe they're partnering with other organizations to provide these grants, are your local chamber of commerce. Okay, so the chamber of commerce, there's many different chambers. There is the U.S. chamber, and then there's many chambers under that. Your state is most likely has a chamber. Like, I'm in Ohio, so there is an Ohio chamber of commerce. Okay, and then in every city, every locality, there are usually different chambers of commerce, right? So we have like one in Cleveland. We have a Parma Heights, we have a Parma Chamber of Commerce, we have a Middleburg Heights, a Rocky River Chamber of Commerce, a Cleveland Heights Chamber of Commerce. So all of these different chambers of commerce have different programs, and often they have grant programs. So I'm going to just highlight really quickly New York. If you are in New York actually has a lot of grants right now. Many states do. But New York is one of those that do. So I just wanted to highlight this one really quickly. because this is the New York Chamber Small Business Recovery Grant of $50,000. And this is related to COVID. So usually if you're going to the grant site, it will tell you, because I have this question asked of me a lot. Are all the grants for COVID related, right? Or businesses impacted by COVID? The answer is no. But we know a good majority are, because so many millions of businesses are still impacted by COVID. And so you will continue to see into the new year COVID related grant program. So this is New York State, a COVID-19 pandemic small business recovery program. You can see information now, a big button that says apply now, how to start your application. It's even giving you information on if you're having trouble, how to troubleshoot it, making sure you're removing all your pop-up blockers. That can happen a lot. Accessibility. So if you need accessibility tools to help you navigate, for those that may be disabled, visually impaired, those types of things, they have that there for you. Now, this one is up to $50,000, and they're even giving you a breakdown of the different awards based on annual receipts. So we talked about that in the previous grant, is that sometimes, often they ask you about what your annual gross receipts are, because they may want to keep it within a certain criteria or certain revenue set. Okay, so grant awards will be calculated based on your annual revenue receipts of 2019. So we're in 2021, but they are still grantors looking at your 2019, because we know that businesses were hard hit in 2020 and they were hard hit in 2021. So there are businesses that did well in 2019 but didn't do so well in 2020 and 2021. So they're basing it on your 2019. Grant amounts are calculated again and are subject to change by the Empire State Development. Annual gross receipts from $25,000 to $49,999 is awarded $5,000. Those from $50,000 gross receipts to $99,999 is awarded $10,000. And then the highest amount of those grossing anywhere between $100,000 and $2.5 million, this was updated, are awarded is 10% of their gross receipts to a max of $50,000. Then it's going on into detail about the eligibilities and ineligibility of the program. We know that this includes the small businesses, micro businesses. That's what I like to hear. I like to, when I'm looking at grants, I like to see if they're including micro businesses, entrepreneurs, or solopreneurs. That means that even if you don't have employees, most likely they're including you in the micro businesses. Usually micro businesses are 10 employees or less, meaning also those that have 0 employees. And so it's just going into more eligibility, ineligible, and even more uses here. The grant can be used for COVID-related losses. So this is not to go buy a new business, to expand, or go buy new property, none of that. So you need to understand the difference between a COVID-related grant and a non-COVID-related grant. They often have these types of stipulations because it's helping you to build your business back to where it was pre-pandemic times. Okay, and so they're looking, this grant must be used for COVID-19 related losses, expenses incurred between March 2020 and April 2021. Can include payroll, commercial rent, mortgages, payment on local properties, utility costs, insurance. These are typical PPE, equipment, heating, ventilation, other machinery costs, supplies, and other documented COVID-19 costs approved by the Empire State Development. So reach out to them. Again, the link is in the show notes. If you are in New York or know someone in New York, have them apply to this program. Again, that is the New York Chamber Small Business Recovery Grant Program. Also, SoGal Black Women Startup up to 10K. You can apply for. It is already on our tracker. They've had multiple rounds. The application is so simple. The application is sending them an email. It's a short email with a subset of information that they want you to email to them and that is your entry. And then, but don't apply more than once, okay? So all you need to do is apply once. So if you don't get it in the next round, they may choose you in the one after that, or the one after that, or the one after that, okay? But they have given away many thousands and thousands of dollars in grants under this program. This new one, I'm going to try to bring up my email because the website is not up yet. This I was just actually notified of this grant. This is the Walker Legacy partnered with Reimagine Main Street for the Backing Black Business Grant. Okay. So there's some more that are similar to this, may have similar names that you're hearing. They are not the same. Okay, this one is Walker Legacy, and this grant is between $5,000 and $50,000. Now you will see the link to the webinar. They are hosting a webinar to help you, to show you what you need to know in order to apply for this particular grant. Now, I believe they attempted to put the link in the email, but they didn't hyperlink it. So I may see a correction come out later. If I do, I will update the link for you. But the important thing is that I put the link to the webinar because you want to be on there so you know exactly what they're looking for. And they also give you an opportunity to ask any questions that you have related to that grant. Not all grantors give you that opportunity, so you definitely want to take advantage of that. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly just so you can see what it looks like. So when you see it come out, and again, as soon as the link is available, we will add it to our grant tracker. Okay, give me just a second. I'm trying to bring it up now. All right, there may be, it may not let me bring it up. If it doesn't let me bring it up on the screen, I'm just going to tell you about it. You have the link to it already, so don't be concerned if I can't show it on the screen. And again, this is Backing Black Business Grant. This is between $5,000 and $50,000. All right, I think we got it. Here we go. Okay, so you should see it on the screen. This is what it looks like with the little figure here. Backing Black Businesses Small Business Grant. Okay, and it's just introducing this grant in partnership with Reimagine Mainstream, a network of organizations across the country committed to serving and uplifting small businesses impacted by COVID-19. And they're saying they're happy to announce this partnership and the launch of the Backing Black Business grant program. This is aimed towards a total of $2 million. So this is a $2 million fund to give grants amounts ranging from $5,000 to $50,000 to more than 200 Black women businesses across the country who need a boost after navigating their businesses through or who launched a business during the pandemic. And they're inviting you to apply. So this goes back to as well. Some COVID grants are applicable to startups. They know that new businesses were impacted or have been and continue to be impacted as they're in the startup process by the COVID-19 pandemic. So they're including you on here. So definitely mark your calendars, please, and be on this call so you can get the information so that you can apply as soon as it opens. So again, this just launched. Okay, this is what, December the 6th. This is December the 6th. So again, this is what it looks like. This is most likely what the page, once the website is up, Backing Black Businesses Small Business Grants will look like. So again, make sure you show up to the webinar. Hopefully they have a recording. So if you register and you can't be there, but I can't guarantee that. But try to be on the call. But usually they have some type of recording for those that have registered for the event. Okay. Again, that's the Walker Legacy partnered with Reimagine Main Street on those grants up to $50,000. Want to give you a reminder on Staples grant This is a $15 or $5,000 gift card that you can get. The deadline is December the 18th. Again, $5,000 to get any type of supplies from Staples. They have all types of supplies there. I mean, desk chairs, computers, all type of technical equipment. There's so many. Okay, they have thousands and thousands of different types of supplies and products for small businesses, office supplies and things like that. So be sure to get those applications in. Again, these are already on our grant tracker. I encourage you to bookmark our grant tracker so you always have it and can always just scroll through to see what new grants or what grants have reopened that you can now submit a new application for. Walmart Local Community Grant. Now, this is for nonprofits. The deadline is December 31st. Be sure to get your applications in. Again, nonprofits. So when I talk small business, and usually that's inclusive of nonprofits, the grant itself will tell you if it includes nonprofits, but some, if it stands out of it specifically for one or the other, I will try to indicate that. I know this one is for nonprofits. Again, this is a $5,000 grant that you can get. Also, again, New York, I already said there's so many grants out here. New York, there's another one, a startup, a competition, $15,000 that you can get. That one is open. It recently opened, I believe, at the start of December. The Amazon Accelerator grant, this is for Black-owned sellers on the Amazon platform. This is their second round, and I believe as part of the Accelerator program, the grant is $50,000. Okay, the grant is $50,000 that comes along with this program. Another state that I wanted to mention, again, to give you an example, please check your own states. Please check your own states, because there are grants, I'm telling you, all the time, that are in your local area that many business owners don't even know that they're there. And the competition is often lower because guess what? You all don't know that the programs exist. So that means nobody is applying. So the money is just sitting there. Okay. And they can only hold it for so long, especially if it is a government agency like the city government or the county government or the state. I mean, I know here in Ohio, I think they still have like 200 million left in the program. Now, what they need to do is update the program to be a more inclusive with this grant, so that they can allocate that remaining 200 million to small business owners that need it, because there's still many small businesses here in Ohio that can use that money. But this one is for Phoenix, Arizona. And again, I spoke earlier about be looking out for what small businesses. They say here, micro and small businesses. Again, micro are those businesses, 10 employees or less, and typically that includes those that don't have an employee. That means those of you that are self-employed or solopreneurs. That grant is between $3,000 and $15,000. So the minimum you would get is $3,000. Do you know how many business owners and entrepreneurs contact me every day? And all they need is like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 to really make an impact in their business. So don't take that lightly. I mean, I would take any money. Like I've gotten grants for $100 that I was able to use in my business. So if you are in Phoenix or know someone who is, that grant is being operated by the Arizona Community Foundation, meaning they're administering it. They're processing the grant applications. It's important to know what agencies and what departments are actually overseeing or processing those applications, so you're in touch with the right people. Again, the Arizona Community Foundation and Local First Arizona processing. Local First is processing these applications. So guess what? Reach out to that foundation and give them a call, right? Give them a call, shoot them an email, and ask them about this grant. They also have their emails online. It's also I'll drop it in the comments if it's not there already. I want to remind you all, this is new as well. They continue to come online. if you are a child care provider or know someone who is, whether you're a home-based child care provider or you have a brick and mortar child care center, the child care stabilization grants are rolling out, have already started rolling out. This is a $49 billion fund to give you all grants to help with your expenses, help offset your costs, and reimburse for costs that you had, and also to be able to help offset the cost of your clients that may be struggling with their child care payments. Okay. So this is available. So let me give you an example of the one here in Ohio. I mentioned this the other day. Ohio, and the states are making official announcements, meaning they're issuing a press release. Okay. And this program is being overseen by DHHS. Okay. And so you will see, you can reach out to your Jobs and Family Services Department, Children's and Family Services Department, whichever one is called in your state. That is who is administering and processing this for each state. Every state in the U.S. received part of that $49 billion to be able to give childcare providers these grants through the program. Now, childcare provider grants have always existed, like in your state. So don't think that this is the only time. Again, get connected in your state. Okay. So in Ohio, like the grants here is they have like a two-part. So every state may be different. They have two separate, like when you're applying, I don't know if they have two different applications or if you're applying for both at the same time. But what I do know here in Ohio, childcare providers can get a grant up to $15,000, and then they can also get a one-time payment up to $30,000. Okay. Grant up to $15,000 and a one-time payout of up to $30,000. And so they have a set criteria that I looked at, and it really has to do with like sizing your childcare provider size or the amount of children that you are able to accept, that sort of thing. So you may see that consistently across the board with the states, that they need to have some way to determine how much each provider is going to get, right? And so, I mean, I don't know if you can assume, those that may only accept one or two kids have less expenses than someone that gets to accept 200 children, right? So that's really how they're doing it. So do reach out to your state agency and start getting those applications in. Okay, that's child care provider grants, $49 billion program. And I know all of you all know child care providers. Like if you have children, you're taking them to a child care provider. So when you're dropping your kids, I'll say, oh, by the way, do you know about the child care provider grants that are going on that they have? Have you applied? And then you can also ask, is some of that, what I've heard is that may be able to help us with our childcare expenses to your company. Ask, okay? Start talking, start asking about these different things, okay? And so I'm going to close with the EIDL program. I have to mention this because it's coming to a close. The Economic Injury Disaster Loan and Grant Program administered by the SBA, very popular program, is coming to a close. December 31st is it. That is your last opportunity for COVID EIDL, okay, to get your applications in. This is new applicants. So if you have not applied to the EIDL program and you were in business on or before January 31st, 2020, I would highly recommend that you submit an application to them. Now, you're applying for the loan program. When you apply for the loan program, now that loan program is up to $2 million. It's based on your business calculations. They have a formula that they use to determine how much the max you can qualify for. Okay, and then you can request increases up to your max for up to 2 years after the program closes. Okay, when you apply for that loan program, you're going to be invited by the SBA by email to apply to the Targeted EIDL Advanced Cash Grant Program and the Supplemental Target EIDL Cash Grant Program. That means that gives you up to $15,000 potentially that you can get. Now, the supplemental grant of $5,000, you have even less time. You have till the 10th to get your applications in to be considered for the supplemental grant, because at the end of the year, you have to actually been paid the supplemental by the end of the year. It is not the same for the targeted. Targeted, as long as you have your application in, if you got denied and you're going through reconsideration, they will continue to process that into 2022. They will not continue to process your supplemental grant application beyond December 31st. So you got to get that application in. You got 4 days to do it. All right. So let me just remind you where we are with this grant program. And with the grant, you do not need to accept the loan if you don't want it. And you don't need to be approved for it. So if you're denied the loan, that does not mean you're going to be denied the grant. They're processed two different requirements, and they're processed two different ways by two different departments. Okay. So the Targeted Grant Program, what you need to know about it is that for the up to 10,000 or the balance if you got it in 2020. If you didn't get it in 2020, then that means you would qualify for the full 10. And you need to be in a low income community. There has not been any change. And I'm asked every day, there has not been any change to that. You let me know if you've gotten denied based on low income, if they say in your letter that they will be expanding it. Now, we received a letter. One of my clients received a letter that stated that they will be expanding it, but I have not heard anything since. And I mean, it's crunch time. We're almost at the end of the year. I don't know when they're going to do it if they're closing the program, and unless they start a new program, okay, which they have not indicated that that's the case as of yet. All right. You need to be in a low income community. You need to be able to demonstrate a 30% loss in gross receipts, gross revenue, gross sales in 2020 compared to 2019. Okay. So that when you apply, when you get the application, there's going to be a table that you're going to have to put every sale that you made in every month from 2019 to 2021. And then the specialists inside the SBA assigned to your account will review it and see if they see a loss of 30% or more. That's how it works. You need to have 300 employees or less to qualify for that program. Now, the supplemental grant still need to be in a low income community. You need 10 employees or less. So say you qualified and got the 10,000 and you have 17 employees, then that means you will not qualify for the supplement because you can only have up to 10 employees, W-2 employees. Okay. And then you have to have a more severe loss, which is 50% or more. They go through the same process. So as they're looking, you're applying for both. So make sure when you apply, you're checking that box that says you want to be considered for the supplement. If you don't check that box, you won't be considered for the supplemental grant. Okay. So that's what they're looking for. They're looking to see, do you meet the 30% decrease requirement? And okay, you did. Okay, now do you meet the 50% requirement? Some of you will, and some of you all won't. Okay. And if you don't, that's okay. You got the 10,000. 10,000 is great. And I mean, you didn't have that much significant loss, which is also good. Okay. So, but those are the requirements. You can get up to 15,000. And every day I'm still hearing that until someone saw my video, they didn't even think to go back and look in their email. And when they looked at their email, they've had a letter from an email from the SBA inviting them to apply for 6 or 7 months now. Okay. So what I would encourage you, if you have not applied or you're like, what are you talking about? I applied to the EIDL program in 2020, but I haven't done anything with it in 2021. Then I want you to go to your email and search the SBA term, search targeted EIDL advance, and see if something comes up in your box. Now, not only your inbox, but your spam folder. And your promo folders, you have to know what type of email you have and what type of folders. Some of your folders are hidden, and in your settings, you can make them visible. I mean, I cannot tell you, many people, you get messages in your spam. You're never looking at your spam. I check my inbox and my spam and my promo folders every single day. And guess what? Every day there's an important email that I needed to know about, that if I just ignored my email, I would miss out on so many opportunities. And customers, people that are sending legitimate inquiries to me, I would miss out on those. Okay. So please go check. And hopefully you come across the reminder, one of the 3 or 4 that they sent out, and the button is still active where you can begin your application process. Okay. This is up to $15,000 that you don't want to leave that money on the table. Okay. Now, if you need help with these applications, there is help. But we have explainer videos step by step on how to apply for the EIDL, loan program, how to apply for the targeted advance, how to overcome denials, what types of denials if you get them, so you understand what they are, so you know how to best appeal the process. Like someone, one of my peers was actually just messaging me in my messenger right before I came on here, was sending me screenshots of emails that she received, but there was nothing that showed me what the determination was. So I asked her to send me the determination, so that way I can tell you if you could appeal whatever that decision is. I can give you the recourse, right? So we have the explainer videos on our YouTube channel. Then we also offer one-on-one consults. So we will help you with the application. We will help you with the appeals process on either the loan or the grant if you need the help. But there's limited spots available. So if you need a consult, and some of you all do, because you really, the video probably is not going to help you, especially if you deny. Some of you, I've heard you've been denied 3 times in appeal or 4 times. We could cut all that down if you get on a call with me, is who you're going to be working with. But you need to make sure you show up and you're ready and you have the documentation, because I need to know why you were denied. I need to know, and they tell you, it's in the decision letter. So that reason, I can then tell you, okay, let's go walk through these scenarios. Why was the reason? Did you give them this? Did you give them that? Let's look at your documentation. Did you have your tax returns? What do your tax returns look like? What are your tax returns saying? Based on what they said, the reason why you didn't get it, or they denied you. And a big reason is a lot of you are not calculating. You don't know how to determine your sales or how much you made in your business. If you don't know how to determine how much you made in your business, most likely you are going to get denied because you're not going to have the right information. But that doesn't mean you can't correct it, right? I can't guarantee you, but if you made an error, there's a way, most 99.9% of the time, that you can correct it and overcome that denial to get approved. I do not recommend just appealing for the sake of appealing and you don't know what you're doing. Okay. And so even when they send you the determination letter, the follow-ups, and it says, please make sure you follow these steps for appeal. So if you decide you just going to follow your own steps, be ready for a denial to come back. Let's make sure we're submitting it right the first time so we can expedite this process, because you only have limited time at this point to get it in, especially if you want that supplemental grant. Okay. There's really no reason to be going back and forth 4 times, and it's an issue on your end because you don't know how to respond to the denial, or you don't understand the reason for the denial and how to overcome it. Now, some of you won't overcome it because, like, if it's a situation like tax returns, let's go back to the tax returns. So someone said this the other day. Yes, I had a business. I was working my business, but I didn't file taxes. Tax returns is a requirement. That is a requirement for the loan and the grant. But because she didn't file taxes, she left $15,000 on the table. Either she didn't know or somebody misinformed her that she didn't need to pay. I mean, she didn't need to file her taxes. And I mean business taxes. And this is for all you gig workers out there, 1099 workers, solopreneurs, self-employed, independent contractors who are not filing business taxes to start filing business taxes. Or otherwise, you're going to continue to miss out on all of these wonderful opportunities that's going to keep coming online. Okay. And if you need to, I will highly recommend too that you go back and you amend your taxes correctly. And then so that it properly reflects your business income on there. That is so important. Okay. If you need a tax person, a tax professional, not a tax person, tax professional, or an accountant, please feel free to email us. I give recommendations all the time. Well vetted referrals, professionals that know what they're doing, that are not these fly by night people that many of you are working with, and now you're left holding the bag. Because they messed up your files, or you had them submit applications and they did it incorrectly. I see these situations all the time, and it's just heartbreaking to see that you put your trust in somebody and they took advantage of you, or they just didn't know what they were doing. Okay, so feel free again if you need a referral. We have a huge network. Feel free to contact me at hello@shebosstalk.com. Now I'm going to go through here, I see all your comments out here just to see if there's any pertinent questions that I can answer for all of you all. But again, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about grants today. There's so many grants out here. They're time sensitive, often competitive, but that does not mean that you cannot get it for your business. We teach you how to apply, how to stand out as an applicant so that you can get more of these grants, right? That are out there, that you can take advantage of these relief programs, whether it's federal, state, county, or city programs, international pitch competitions, accelerator, incubators. All of these programs can bring you money into your business, which is necessary for you to grow your business, right? So we not only tell you about the grants, we tell you how to get it, okay? How to go out here and get this money that is available for you. Okay, I see all these wonderful businesses out here. Okay, so someone said, let me just point this out. Someone says that all these grants are a waste of time. I disagree. Okay, you have to determine what is worth your time or not. For me to get free money for my business is not a waste of time. For me to get exposure to my business with some of these huge grantors, right? Like PayPal, who I'm getting ready to do a video with, that they are going to present it to all of the leaders across Deloitte, PayPal, Facebook, and AEO. Okay, that is worth my time to show up for that. For me to get a free commercial for my business, or to me to have a feature write up on my business where millions of people get to see my business and what I do and how I help business owners, to me is worth it. You have to decide if it's worth it for you. Okay. So you tell that to the thousands of business owners and entrepreneurs we've helped get grants for their business. One of our, again, I mentioned just 2 weeks ago, this happens every day. 2 weeks ago, one of my peers in California, she said she got a lot of grants in 2020, but she kind of fell off. She was busy. She applied for a grant in her county in California. It took her 5 minutes to fill out an application. How much is 5 minutes of your time worth? You don't have to put together a 100-page a grant proposal to get these grants. The most time I spend on any grant is 30 minutes. How much is it worth to you to apply for these grants? 5 minutes isn't worth your time for $10,000? And I already said the competition is very low at the local level for a lot of these grants because there's none of you applying. Another one of my peers in Connecticut, she won a grant And she sent me a messenger, and we're doing the happy dance and messenger and email because these grants are real and it's possible for you to get them. Okay, so make sure you beware of some of these, scammers out here. Do your due diligence. Don't let that be a reason that you don't apply for grants. All of the grants we have on our list are well vetted. They are real grants. Some of them have a nominal fee, some don't, right? But they're not hundreds of dollars. They're not going to charge you hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars to try to get you a grant. If they are, that's not a legitimate grant program. Okay? But if the fee is $10, $15, again, you determine, is that worth you applying for that grant program? Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. You make that determination. Okay, Terrell, hi. Thank you so much for the super chat. They said they love my channel. So glad they found me. I'm also in Cleveland. Oh, when we definitely have to connect. Shoot me an email. hello@shebosstalk.com. Someone is asking, what is the right website? I have responded to a couple of SheBoss emails. It's not from us. And be aware that there are people, bots and the like, that try to duplicate what we're doing and pretend to be us. It is not us. Okay, we are not on Telegram or WhatsApp. Please beware of people in the comments that may be trying to get your information. That is not us. You can check too if they're trying to duplicate our account. Just click on it. If it says they only have one subscriber and no subscriber, it's a fake account and you need to report them. Okay? Because we have well over 40,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Our email is hello@shebosstalk.com. There is no other SheBoss Talk besides us. Okay? All right. So somebody's trying to call me. Let me wrap this up. I'm just trying to hold on just a second. Somebody's trying to call me. All right, so gal, somebody is saying they applied. Okay, SBA is closing EIDL December 31st. Yes, be sure to catch the replay. Somebody started a trucking business. I have a lot of people that started trucking businesses. And they're asking, about there's startup money for trucking businesses. There's all types of funding too, not just grants. Know that you'll most likely have different funding types. Like for an example, we provide revenue-based funding and other types of loan programs. We also are partnered with a crowdfunding platform called Kiva. Kiva is a nonprofit where many business owners, entrepreneurs around the world are borrowers on the platform. We just lended like over $600 yesterday. I lended another $100 today. That information I can put in the comments as well. But these are all opportunities for you all to get money in your business. You have to know what the options are. And if you're just starting out in your business, go to our startup playlist on YouTube. Start there with what you need to get funding for your business and help starting up your business, because there's a lot of help out here. But no, there's things that you have to have in place if you want anyone to give you money. You need to make sure you have your business in order, that you have a well documented business plan, pitch deck for your business. These are different types of things that you're going to need. Okay. Yes, and if you have amended return, I'll finish with this. Amended return for the EIDL program. If you're amending your returns, know it's going to take a while for them to get through your process, because you're amending your taxes. Also, that's a potential fraud alert, right? They want to make sure you're not just amending your taxes to try to take advantage of the programs that are in place. So no, anytime you try to make changes when you're already in it, it's going to cause delays. I don't care if it's a name change, your name change, a business name change, a business address name change. All of those types of things are going to cause delays. But no, they will continue processing through the 2022, except for the supplemental grant, EIDL grant. But no, it's going to take time for that. Okay. Someone else said, I noticed an email from the SBA inviting me for the extra $5,000. I originally received the 10 and the 16,000 loan. It was great. And I'm glad I saw that email on Saturday. See, if she had not looked at her email, she would be missing out on another 5,000. So even if you got the full 10,000 in 2020, you can still qualify for the supplemental 5,000. Go get it. Go get your money. Go get you guys money. It's out there. Use our resources and tools. They're there to help you to be able to get it like we have, and we continue to do so. And we want to continue to help you go get it. We're in the holiday season. Many of these businesses, organizations want to help you before the end of the year. So more programs are going to be coming out. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following us. So you're the first to know. So you're the first to take action. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, continue to be the boss with Amplify Impact. Continue to stay safe and in good health. Have a wonderful day.